Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, coming to you today with the next session in the Alpha Wolf Personal Development and Expansion series. And this session is going to be all about this understanding of experiencing the biochemical sensations of the emotions that we feel. So it's very important to understand that, like, for me to understand what love means to me, I must understand the physical sensation that I feel when experiencing love, because that is what love means to me. That sensation, that feeling, all actions in love are in the sort of pursuit of that experiential sort of feeling that I get. So we just understand when I disassociate from the feeling, then what happens is I over focus on the actions and the impacts of the actions. Do you sort of get it? Like, so for example, should I say a compliment to you to sort of make you feel better about yourself and encourage you? That's going to have far greater impact if it's genuine and sincere than if I'm just saying it to you to sort of, earn brownie points, so to speak, or whatever. So we just understand that the emotional sensation or the emotion we put behind the meaning of what we're feeling or experiencing within the situation or within our internal state is like the cornerstone to us being able to access manifestation in the external environment. For me to attract love, I must feel love within myself so that I am aware of what love feels like should I see it in someone else. Do you sort of get it? If I'm unaware of that and I don't know what love feels like to me, anyone who puts love in front of me, well, it's a pretty believable thing. Whereas when I have my own definition and experiential understanding of what love should feel like to me, then when I experience it, I now know exactly what it is. Do you sort of get it? So we understand this throughout life and throughout all aspects of our life. Like, what we're trying to do is understand the experiential, like, feeling or sensation that I want to feel when I achieve the goal. And then I allow myself to feel that while achieving the goal. Because at a certain point in time, I won't be paying attention and I'll magically feel it, and that means the goal's been achieved. Do you sort of get it? But I don't have to disadvantage myself until I feel it, because that creates negative association and negative attachment to where I become unbalanced in the sense that I might become overly obsessive and a workaholic, where it's sort of like if I'm a highly driven and passionate person, for me to work all day, every day is pretty easy because what else am I going to do? I don't really like it's what I enjoy doing. So for me, it's this sort of stuff. I really enjoy doing this sort of stuff and other projects that I work on to where when I'm working on it, like it's what I do when I'm bored. It's what I do when I'm sitting around relaxing. Do you know what I mean? It's not difficult. For example, take this talk, this lecture. It's not difficult to me. It's just a matter of recording and having a topic to speak on and intention to speak on. Do you sort of get it? Like, the secret to manifestation is directed action. That's it. It's so simple. When I take action directed towards what I want in life, I achieve what I want in life. Do you sort of get it? I manifest, like, into reality what I want to be. Do you sort of get it? And it's through directed action. So when I take action towards my goals, I am manifesting my goals. Do you sort of get it? So it's like when we think about it like this, if I'm trying to create and sort of set self-love, so that I can have better relations and relationships with other people. Well, it's important to understand that, like, as soon as I've decided what self-love is to me and I experience it, I'm allowed to experience that every second of every day. Do you sort of get it? Like, I'm giving that to me as a reward for me moving towards the goal. Just to the same in, like, if we were to take it in career and success, if I'm doing this content, I'm allowed to feel as successful and as sort of positive and sort of fulfilled as I want to feel. It doesn't matter, if one person watches it, if 100 million people watch it, it doesn't really matter. Why? Because I'm the one, I'm the secret. Because when I do it, so when I'm the one giving that fulfillment to me, actions that lead to me feeling less fulfilled are actions I don't want to take. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like when we understand this, we start to understand the capacity for us to be able to navigate through these complex emotional states and emotions. Think of self-love. It's quite simple, but also it can be the most highly complex aspect of life because there are so many aspects to love and there are so many aspects to self. And when you add self and love, there are just multiples of those aspects in all different directions. So it's like, to understand it, what we want to do is we want to be able to conceptualize it under core themes or theses within our own experience of life. So self-love isn't the whole entirety of self-love, it's my understanding, my beliefs on self-love. So, like, that's a key thing to understand is when we're trying to do these sort of like, because what we're doing is essentially we've got the thought. The thought triggers and provokes an emotion. The emotion triggers and provokes the biochemical response. The biochemical response alters our biochemistry. Do you sort of get it? Our biochemistry alters the frequency in which we exude. When I'm really happy and I'm getting serotonin releases, I'm exuding happy energy, high vibrational energy. My energy is sort of like electrified. When I'm negative and I'm angry or, things like that, like I'm giving off negative anger, you can feel the tension in it. You can feel it. It's sort of it dominates over any positive. Do you sort of get it? So it's important to understand this because when we understand this, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to align the emotion that I feel to the biochemical response that I want. And if there's any negative associations set up, I'm going to clear and sever them. Do you know what I mean? So it's like things like if for example we take love and I have fear around love and fear around rejection, what I'm gonna do is when I'm creating self-love, like I'm cutting the cords of fear. Do you sort of get it? Because it's not needed here anymore. Because I'm now creating what is here. Do you sort of get it? So I'm replacing fear of rejection, fear of abandonment with like self-love, self self-reliance, independence. Do you know what I mean? And not in a negative way, but in the way that it's okay if everything goes against me in life, I don't go against me. Do you sort of get it? Because there's no point unless I'm going to give up and die. Do you sort of get it? Because going against yourself in life, and you can think about it like this, going against yourself could be if you don't value money and you prioritize money over people all your life. Do you sort of get it? Like if you did that and your true wish and desire in life was to have people value you and to value other people and have close relationships, if you sold it out to money, Like there's only a certain point in time, like a certain amount of time that you can continue down that path before it becomes highly detrimental to you. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we have these internal compasses about what we internally want in life. Do you sort of get it? So, when we understand that and when we're able to sort of connect in to that, now we're able to move through situations, understanding what makes me truly happy and what I truly desire in life. Do you sort of get it? It's not to say if you don't value money over people, it's not to say that you don't value money. It's just you don't value money at the expense of people. Do you sort of get it? Like we can value money, but it should never be the primary in any situation or environment. Money should never be the primary driving factor. So in anything that we do in life, if you think about business, if I create a business and money's all I care about, and I don't care about the product or the customer satisfaction, is that going to be a good business? Is that going to be a good product? Do you know what I mean? So we understand the importance of valuing the customer experience, and the product over money because it allows us to charge a higher rate. Do you sort of get it? So in life, in situations in life, if I'm treating my interpersonal relationships as transaction based, and a lot of people do this because this is what the culture it promotes, because it's a part of consumerism is the transactional nature that everything's a commodity and I can get anything anywhere else. It's a funny thing because in love, many people try this, and it's a funny thing because they probably won't tell you, but the experience is always the same, that some things you can't get anywhere else. Some things are exclusive through independent creation. Do you sort of get it? So through me adding creativeness, my essence to anything that I do in life, I create competitive advantage because no one can be like me. While they may imitate, they can never think like me because they don't ever see all the thoughts that are me. Do you sort of get it? For me to explain to you just what I'm thinking today would take me 1,000 hours. Do you sort of get it? Because I think at a pretty rapid rate. And if I had to explain it, like, think about it like this. Take a movie. There's a picture there, and it can be so complex with all different um, like elements within the scene or within the frame. Okay. And it can have multitudes of layers because they do this with like cryptography and things like that, where I think that's it. It may be wrong, but where basically you can have layers of sub-meaning and hidden meaning within it that you need sequencing to translate and things like that. So do you sort of get it? So when we're thinking about thoughts, like for me to try and explain just what I feel in this moment, like I'm trying to explain such a plethora of different experiential elements and aspects of this moment. Do you sort of get it? And we start to understand that. So like when I start to understand it like that, then it becomes this understanding that for me to truly understand and know someone and be able to predict and say I understand their behaviors, like it's an infinite level of comprehension that I would need in like simultaneously in every moment. Do you sort of get it across every element or aspect of that person? Like, so it's sort of like this idea that, like, in self-development, self-discipline, personal development, self-love, all of this, it's this idea that basically I have to trust unwavering my actions. I have to trust my decisions. So, for example, if I say I'm building self-love, I have to trust that I am building it. And whenever my actions or behaviors don't reflect that, I have to manually change it. Do you sort of get it? Like that's how we build self-love. But I have to have trust that my word means something. So if I miss it today, I have to fucking get it tomorrow. If I miss it tomorrow, I have to, and we just always have this like continuous momentum towards ideal. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, in every moment, I'm not going to feel self-love. Maybe someone says something, maybe someone does something, maybe the situation, this happens, and I have a weaker moment where I feel negative in the moment. Like, I have to be the one that restarts the self-love. I have to be the one that corrects that behavior. Do you sort of get it? Like, a lot of us think in love that like the other person completes me and they correct that behavior for me so I don't have to take accountability for seeing it for myself. Have you ever been in a relationship like that? It's very funny because in these kind of relationships, I got a pretty good first-hand experience of them, but in these relationships, it's so funny because it's like I want to be the best version of myself, but I'm not instigating change. You have to show me change and convince me why what you say is true and why it's beneficial for me to do it, even though I know it is right. Do you sort of get it? I'm waiting for validation for initiation from the external environment. Do you sort of get it? And these are codependent relationships because what it means is I cannot self initiate. So when I cannot self-initiate growth and development, I need others to point out my flaws so that I can see it. So like that's how I started out. Do you know what I mean? Every time you point out a flaw, don't look away because it won't be there when you look back. Do you know what I mean? But the problem with that is you can only get so deep in that, and it's usually quite superficial because I don't want to show you the deep inner flaws because the deep inner flaws are wounds that if I open them, I don't know how to close them. Do you sort of get it? That's a fear-based relationship and a fear-based mentality in love because now I'm self-limiting to only ever having superficial relationships in fear of being unable to close a wound. The truth is the wound is the illusion because you're the one that's created it. Do you sort of get it? So it's like saying to yourself, oh, I'm going to stab myself in the leg with a knife and then drag it backwards. Do you know what I mean? Like, if I don't want to stab myself, like be stabbed in the leg, maybe I shouldn't stab myself. If I don't want it to feel even more traumatic and painful, maybe I shouldn't drag the knife back up my leg. Like, maybe I should realize that I'm the one with the fucking knife in my hand and I can stop my actions at any point because I'm the fucking one with the knife in my hand. It's not a miracle or a mystery. If I stab myself, I've made the conscious decision. So, like in life and emotions, and especially in love, if I feel heartbreak in love or I feel like insecure or fear within love, like that's because I'm doing it to myself. Do you sort of get it? Because I can't take responsibility. I need someone to tell me so that then I'm allowed to take responsibility. Do you sort of get it? Because I rely on or not self-validation, but I rely on external validation, meaning that I cannot self-initiate because if I self-initiate and other people don't validate it, it's pointless. It's worthless. Do you sort of get it? Like, take, for example, if I made content to get views, if it doesn't get views, it's dead content. Do you sort of get it? I make content to record information and transfer knowledge. It doesn't matter if it gets one view, it's still valuable because I've achieved the goal. Do you sort of get it? When we understand this and when we have this understanding, what we start to see is this level of, if I am the one accountable to myself, and this life is all about, not to say we don't value other people, but it's to say that I value me and my experience of my life above what other people think my experience of my life should be. I value what I or how I think I should do something, above what other people say. And it's not to say other people aren't right, because all ways are right. Do you sort of get it? Because there's nowhere to go, because the destination is death. So if you're rushing through life, like, have you picked out your grave? Do you know what I mean? Have you booked in your sermon when they're gonna talk over you as they bury you? Like, is this on your mind foremost? Like, do you sort of get it? The point of life isn't to rush, because the only place you're rushing to is death. So it's sort of like, when we let go of the need to rush in all actions that I do, if I don't need to rush because there's nothing to achieve, then it's sort of like, should I give myself the achievements that I want while I take the actions? Every time I take the actions, I feel those achievements. Do you sort of get it? And that is the bane to all of the negative aspects of life, is that this is what makes me feel positive. When I do this, I feel positive. Do you sort of get it? So it's sort of like, for example, if I felt lonely and I didn't have self-love, and like I felt like depressed and heartbroken, well, if I give myself love and allow myself to feel love, every time I do that, I am creating the associated memory or conditioned memory to, when I hear or think of love, I now trigger the sensation or emotion of love. Do you sort of get it? So now I'm triggering it a lot more, and it's sort of, I'm experiencing it and feeling it. And then at a certain point in time, it just becomes habitual for me to always do that, because those language patterns become the strongest language patterns, and the subconscious mind seeks to use the most effective or efficient language patterns. That's why if I'm around negative people, what happens is my internal dialogue tends to become more negative, and then I become more sort of emotionally unstable, because my mind is against me. Do you sort of get it? It's very important to understand this, because when we understand this, we understand the way to align to what we want to manifest. That it's a process of aligning my thoughts, my beliefs, my emotions, my feelings, my biochemical responses, all towards a harmonious frequency of what I want to experience. So if I want to experience love, well, let's just put it like this. If I want to experience love and yet I still hold options open, am I ever going to experience love? Do you sort of get it? Like, it would never be real, because how do I know that other person is experiencing it? How do you know that they're not treating you like an option? Do you sort of get it? That's how the so to speak, the mirror shatters in a relationship, is when you realize, who the fuck is this person? I didn't come here for this. Do you sort of get it? So it's only through being authentic to yourself and holding that space of, like, separation between what you don't want, you create the space that what you want can exist. And that's boundaries. Do you sort of get it? So like, when I'm trying to create the sensation, and it's so easy to do as well, because it's just linked to memory. Do you sort of get it? So like, we use the memory to trigger the sensational experience of the emotion that we want to feel. Do you know what I mean? So you think about love, and then you think about 5 different memories that you have about love. And then what happens is You focus in and you experience them and you play it and you allow yourself to feel it. And now this is the feeling that you allow yourself to feel while you're in pursuit of your goal. Do you sort of get it? You can do it for success, you can do it for confidence, whatever you want. And the deeper the connection between the experience and the sort of, or the memory and the emotion, okay, and the more times you associate the memory and emotion, the stronger the bond gets. So it's a compounding, but it also, like, it compounds but multiplies at the same time. So it has the exponential process. So like for example, if I think about, let's say, someone that I love, and I think about them and I feel that love that I feel for that person, like that is the experiential sensation that I want in love. So I really focus in on that. And what that does is that creates a heightened bond or a link between my love and that person. So, like, we don't have to have it specific to someone, but we can have it specific to someone. So, my person could be my love for self. So, if I was doing self love, instead of seeing another person, I'm seeing myself. Do you sort of get it? And I'm creating a strength and bond between all the aspects and memories that I love. And what that does is keeps them top of mind. Do you sort of get it? Top of mind awareness. So the more I'm thinking about memories that make me feel love, the more I'm associating love to those memories. Like the more repetitive I do that, or the more repetitions of that I do, the more present it is in my mind. So now I'm always getting memories and feelings of love all throughout my day. Do you sort of get it? And it alters and shapes not only my biochemical, like, resonant frequency, in terms of if I'm feeling love, I'm going to feel lighter, more vibrant, more energized. So it's sort of like, do you know what I mean? Because, like, you think about it in life, love, well, when we're trying to mate, when we're trying to fall in love, when we're trying to date, whatever it is, however you want to see it, right? Like, we all try to put our best version forward. It's just for between 80 to 90% of people, 6 months is the longest the best version of them can ever live. Do you know what I mean? Majority of people, like the large majority, it's less than 30 days. Do you know what I mean? Because the problem is everyone has a certain point to where they just give up on aspiring to be their best version. And for most people, it's in the first step. Do you know what I mean? Like they struggled to sign up for this marathon of becoming and creating your ideal life and becoming your ideal version of yourself. And they take the first step and they think they should have had a trophy just for signing up. So they give up. Do you sort of get it? And it's like, it's the wrong mentality, because if signing up for your best life and the best version of you is difficult, it's sort of like, what's the point of even doing it? Because to try and do it is impossible for you. If you see signing up to become the best version of yourself and create your dream life as being the most easy thing for you to do, that you would have paid someone money to have the opportunity to do that, that's a completely different ball game. Do you sort of get it? You show up to the marathon with that mindset, and you will alter and shape the definition of that marathon. Do you sort of get it? So in life, how do we show up? In relationships, how do we show up? Am I showing up saying that, making the decision to fall in love was the most difficult decision? It's sort of like, motherfucker, how are you ever going to fucking embody it? If making the decision was difficult, it's a funny thing because in love relationships and things like that, for me personally, like that's the thing. If it's sort of like, and it's a big reason why I don't do competition, but it's sort of like this, just as a side note. But it's like, if you find it slightly difficult to fucking choose me, like, don't. Like, if that's the fucking, like, if it's difficult, a difficult choice, like, I would say go with the competition. Do you sort of get it? Because motherfucker, it's the easiest choice in town. Do you sort of get it? Being with me is fucking difficult because it's sort of like if you think I have high expectations on this, you should see me when it's fucking shit out. You should see me when we're going through hell. Do you sort of get it? When I walked across country, it was in the fucking storms when I had to walk through the storms where it was pouring down rain, thunder, lightning, wind blowing and galing. Like, motherfucker, that's when I switch on and I just stop giving a fuck. And then I just fucking see my destination and I push through. Like, that's what I mean. If choosing me in love is a difficult thing, when we hit that fucking storm, like, do you know what I mean? Like, if you're unwilling to switch on and push through, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of bringing you? Like, in life, the weather isn't always going to be good. Do you sort of get it? So, if for you to make the decision to create your dream life, like, if that is difficult for you to do, like, you don't want it. So, whenever you hit any storm, you'll quit. So it's not to say that if you don't want it, your life is ruined. It's to say if you don't want it, you have to realize why the fuck you want it and why you're willing to walk through the storm for it. Do you sort of get it? Because that way, when you're walking through the storm, everyone will be looking at you saying, "Oh, he's walking through the storm. I don't want to walk through the storm." Do you sort of get it? But to you, it's nothing different because the expectation was set that fucking life is storms. Do you sort of get it? So you think about it like this. To give you a nice and gratuitous, or whatever it's called, gratuitous analogy for it. It's sort of like this. In life, you're walking down the street and people walk out and they kick you in the nuts. Do you sort of get it? Nothing you can do in life is going to fucking change the way that feels every time it fucking happens. You can get angry and you can try and fight life. You can try and avoid it. Do you sort of get it? But it's always going to happen. So like in life, like the whole point or purpose to living a great life and like creating your ideal self is so that you can walk through life getting kicked in the nuts and just sort of okay with it. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? I got kicked in the nuts once. I was thinking I was going to get kicked in the nuts 3 or 4 times. You know what I mean? Like it was only once. So we start to understand this, and this is just the building of resilience because at a certain point in time, you cease seeing these slight inconveniences, and they are slight, these slight inconveniences as being kicks, detrimental kicks to the nuts that fucking make your journey difficult. And you start to see them for what they are, ebbs and flows of life. Do you know what I mean? So sometimes situations and things go good for you, sometimes situations and things go bad for you. If I become over attached to the situation and then I become sort of entrenched in that situation, now I interrupt my flow of life. So, for example, should I want to have love and self love and I be in a toxic relationship? Well, am I really ever going to achieve my goal of feeling self love? Like, no matter what I fucking do for myself, everything is always going to be torn down. Do you sort of get it? So, like, we start to understand in life, sometimes I have to alter and change the environment, but I also can alter and change the internal environment so the external environment doesn't affect it. Do you sort of get it? If I consciously structure my internal environment and I understand the separation between like what others project on me and what I project onto myself, Do you sort of get it? Then I'm able to see others' behavior and decisions for what they are. So, like if someone sits there with a stick and they poke you, and you tell them, like, I don't like being poked, I don't like being poked, and they keep poking you, what is your action moving forward? Do you get up and attack them? Do you yell at them? Do you berate them? Or do you fucking move on with your life and just go, why am I sitting here next to this dickhead poking me with a stick? Do you sort of get it? Like self-love and self-respect and self-worth and all of this, like your ideal self is someone who doesn't allow that to happen. But until you enforce it, if you allow it to happen, the ideal self can never be. Do you sort of get it? So it's very important when we understand this that we understand the only path to what I seek in life is my willingness to walk that path. So, should I want people to treat me with like love and respect, like I treat myself with that, I demand myself to treat others like that. And then I set a clear expectation that this is the minimum standard. Do you know what I mean? So should you treat me disrespectfully, then I would say, like, I'm not gonna waste my time talking to you. Like I'm not like it's pointless. Do you sort of get it? Like, why would I like if I'm trying to win the environment, if I'm trying to dominate the environment, should you say something disrespectfully to me, I have to do something to you. Do you know what I mean? So I might say something derivative or sort of like discretionary. So I would say like an off-cuff remark. Do you know what I mean? Where it's implied disrespect because that's a bit more powerful than just straight up disrespect. But it's sort of like I could do that. But the other thing is that like I don't control the external environment. So should I try and control the external environment and you say something negative to me, so I say something negative to you and this and that, or you could say something negative to me and I could try and say something positive or this or that. Like, do you sort of get it? It's conflict. Do you sort of get it? If you don't want to be in conflict, the best thing to do is just to leave the situation. Like it's no stress. Do you know what I mean? So when we understand this, we just understand that, like, if I'm putting myself into conflict or situations that are conflicting within me or create conflict or division within me, sorry, what happens is now I am the one who is creating the chaos and sowing the chaos into my life. Do you sort of get it? So the important thing to remember is that, like, if I don't want to be the one who contributes to my demise, I have to be the one who builds myself up. I have to be the one who is building rather than destroying. Do you sort of get it? So, like, if we take that exact same situation where someone disrespects me, like, I can always just stop talking until they talk respectfully. I don't even have to engage with the situation because there's no point. Nothing I do in the environment is going to create real change. The only thing that can create real change is them altering and changing their behavior. Do you sort of get it? So, like, I can physically withdraw from the environment, or I can sort of like go silent. I can withdraw intellectually, or um, like sort of withdraw from the conversation, but still remain present in the environment. Do you sort of get it? So we can make like, so like the easiest way to do it is if someone does something that you don't like, it's not that you ignore them, but it's that you make a point to let them know. Do you know what I mean? So like basically it's not so much that you ghost someone, but you go silent on someone and then you let their mind or you let them sort of work the situation out for themselves. Do you sort of get it? So, like, for example, if we're talking and you say something disrespectful to me or something I don't like, I would just say, I don't like that. And then the longer I stay silent, like it's putting you into, and it's not negative conflict, but it is a form of conflict. But basically, you now have to resolve that issue. I have created conflict in the energetic flow or dynamic of the conversation, and now it is on you to re-alter it or to choose to leave that conversation. Do you sort of get it? But it's like if we're thinking about this in terms of a relationship, so that would be something that we would do if, it's well, there's no separation between a stranger on the street and someone that you know and you've known for the last 15 years. The separation is an illusion created by the ego. Do you know what I mean? So, like, for example, when we understand this, it's that, like, should I be able to sort of connect on a level with you in terms of, like, logically? What it does is so it's a hard one to describe. But basically in love, it's sort of like, should I align to you, okay, and align to you consciously, unconsciously, sort of energetically? Do you sort of get it? Like it's all these different layers to it. Do you sort of get it? If I should only create relationships based in like logic and based in thought, well, I'm going to always create relationships that are far, far more superficial than they are like connected or spiritual. Do you sort of get it? So like if I'm thinking of love and relationships in the context of, and we can see it in the context of, like, for example, if I'm seeing you as an extension of me, so how you act and behave reflects on who I am. Well, now I have to control who you are so that I may control how people perceive me. It's how I used to be. But it's very important because when we understand this, what is the opposite? Do you sort of get it? So like creating self-love is, if I'm someone who's highly doubtful of myself, I don't value myself, I don't have self-love and all of this. What is the opposite to those? So if I don't value myself, I now value myself. If I don't respect myself, I respect myself. If I don't love myself, I now love myself. And I just choose all of the thoughts, actions, behaviors that are aligned to those. Like, do you get it? It's very simple. But when we start to understand it, it's sort of like if I'm able to understand life and connections as being multi-dimensional or multi-layered, to where there's the physical element, this element right here. There's my thoughts and emotions, my internal experience of life. And sometimes we can share it with other people, sometimes we can't. Do you know what I mean? This is part of how we connect with other people is we share our internal thoughts and beliefs and things like that and interests and all of that. And then we can see it in the terms of energetic or spiritual connection. So, energetic connection, so resonant frequency and things like that, where we're aligning to people on an energetic level. And our energetic level, we understand, is just our memory and the associated emotions to that memory. So, for example, if I'm always thinking about negative things that have happened to me, putting myself into a negative mindset, well, if someone's always positive, it's going to create disharmony. Do you sort of get it? So we align to what we want. So a lot of people go out there and they talk positive, but they actually act and behave quite negatively. Do you sort of get it? So what we want to do is we want to understand the alignment process energetically, to where if I'm only having superficial relationships, if I cannot energetically sort of connect to someone, it'll always feel like a relationship that just missed that spark, because that spark is found in the sort of alignment of the frequencies. So, like, you could think of it like resonant frequency, but it's sort of like if I put two, so to speak, magnets side by side that are the same frequency, they'll start they'll start moving, like they'll sort of go from moving to very aligned and just in harmony. If I put one that has an alternate frequency next to one that has, where they have two different frequencies, well, they'll start just moving and just moving apart and apart and apart, because there's chaotic energy in between. So when we have harmony, we're both able to move through life towards what we want in life in resonant frequency. So if you think about it like that, that's the easiest way to understand it. So it's like in life, how I treat myself and how I talk to myself and all of that is what I'm trying to align with. Do you sort of get it? And then that becomes the marker. Does the other person talk to me and treat me the way I want to be treated? Do you sort of get it? It makes it very easy to see through manipulation, to see through negative intention and things like that. Do you know what I mean? But the problem is, if I'm trying to achieve that, but I don't allow myself to feel the emotion, I am always the one that's going like this, where I'm almost aligned, but I'm never quite. Think about it like this. In a relationship, we start dating, but I still have some fears and insecurities around abandonment. Even if I've worked on them, I'm still going like this. Should I let go to them? He goes like this. Should I pick them back up? I go like this. I start sowing chaos and chaos, and separation happens. Do you sort of get it? So only through me aligning to what I want in life do I come into harmony with it. And I have to align consciously through my thoughts and beliefs, and unconsciously through my actions, my behaviors, my emotions, my feelings. And that harmony creates energetic focus. Do you sort of get it? It's pretty fun. But that's what we're talking about today, is how do we feel that? How do we create that? How do we associate to that? So it's simple. All we do is close our eyes and we tap onto a memory. Okay. And when we tap onto a memory, and let's say we're doing love, and I'm trying to create self-love for myself. So we tap onto a memory, and the memory can be, just times where I felt really just in love with my life. So, those moments of epiphany, those moments of self-realization, to where you feel love and empowerment, to where like something just clicks and you understand it. These are the memories. And then we attach onto it. And then what we do is we just allow ourselves to go back there and sort of remember what we felt in the moment. And as I allow myself to feel it, what happens is I start to embody it physically. So when I'm thinking about like love and thinking about a moment that I felt absolute love, it just starts to, and you see the shift in the energetic frequency. Do you sort of get it? So we're able to alter it. So what we're doing is we're trying to understand that feeling. And now in every moment, the ideal feeling I can feel is this feeling. How do I feel it? And we understand memory. We understand language conditioning. Do you sort of get it? Pavlov's dog. If I always practice feeling this emotion and I associate it to language triggers, I can now put myself into that state at a whim in any moment. Do you sort of get it? We do this in sales, in like empowered states and things like that, or in business. So when we're trying to perform at a much higher level, what we want to do is we want to be able to sort of choreograph the different emotional states that we're in. And we sort of want it to always be able to go up to like bliss and an empowered state. And then we want it to sit back at the neutral. And anything that tries to drag us under, we always bring back to the neutral. And this allows for maximum productivity and effectiveness within what you're doing. Do you sort of get it? So we just understand the power of this. So in love, I need to know what I want to feel. But I also want to have the trigger so that I can feel it whenever I want to feel it, so that I'm not out there desperately searching for it. Do you sort of get it? Because when I move into a situation feeling this love, do you sort of get it? Like when I move into the situation feeling that, my presence is felt because I'm a force. Nothing can happen to me, nothing can harm me. Do you sort of get it? I am free to be and do whatever I want. Not to say that we do it negatively, but it's like, for example, in love, like I'm free to say what I want to say. Do you know what I mean? Like it doesn't make me feel insecure. Do you know what I mean? I'm free to be who I want to be. It doesn't make me feel insecure. Even if people don't like me, even if people don't like it, it's okay. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't have to limit myself and my experience just because, like, for me, 90% of people don't get me. Do you sort of get it? Like I don't have to limit myself because other people want to play games. So I don't have to lower myself to that. I choose the vibration or the frequency that I want to be at. And then that's what I focus in on achieving in every moment. And that vibration, that frequency is the energetic or the physical sensation within your heart of love. Do you sort of get it? Like, so with all actions that I take, am I allowed to feel love? Do you sort of get it? The actions that I don't agree with, that I don't think are right, that I don't think I should take. Like, if I don't take them, I'm allowed to feel love. If I take them, I'm now telling myself I'm distracting from myself. Do you sort of get it? Because I know it's not what I want. So we understand when I live in the state of always taking the actions and behaviors and beliefs and thoughts that I want, speaking the words that I want to speak, not the words that are just reactive to the environment. So should someone say something negative, I don't have to say something negative back. I could say something positive. I'm the master of the environment through my action, through my words, through my beliefs, through my thoughts, through my behaviors, through my emotions, how I feel, how I show up is the link that allows me to access the environment and manifest and change anything at will. Do you sort of get it? So when I start to understand this, it's us assigning those feelings. And it's not a one size fit all. It's your size is right for you. So whatever when you think of love and when you feel love, whatever that feeling or sensation is to you that you assign it to, like the sensation, that is what it is. Do you sort of get it? Like, so however you want to physically experience love is how you experience love. And the easiest way is look at unconscious behavior. So times where we met people that we, fell madly in love with. Like those experiences, use those where we weren't trying because they're more authentic and real and they will show you what you seek in life. Do you sort of get it? All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.